Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to
Oh,
you.
not the
Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we got a special guest.
Look at that welcome, Karina. She sung
She
to
thought I forgot, but I didn't forget, girlie. You know
sung
you
to
my
you.
girl.
I haven't gotten a song.
Well, friends.
I
Wait,
wanted
we're
to
in this
point out how
together.
special it was because I don't get songs.
Wow. You know what?
It's
You
no
right. Let
it's
me
more
fix my
special.
character.
No,
Let me improve upon what I'm
no, don't
doing.
sing to me till my birthday.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why
I
it's
can do that.
special. I wasn't being sarcastic. That was a no shade. That was a no shade shot.
Because I said, let me get myself together, friend. Because you know I can do this.
For
Look,
real.
look,
And you know
look.
what? All right, before I get into this wonderful introduction, girl, I have to work on that because Scott tells me that all the time. Like, I can't tell. And I'm like, dang, I was really being like sincere, like Karina.
You know what I think it is? Because your tone of voice is very consistent.
That's what he says. And I'm like, oh, God.
And you just never know. But I like that because it keeps people on their toes. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to act right at all times. Just because
Yeah.
you just never know. You know, and I appreciate that. That's why I said, let me fix.
So I was being, it was really, it wasn't that. Anyways, happy Sunday, beauties. We have Karina. Karina.
Hello.
She came back, so we didn't scare her off.
Maybe
She was ready.
I don't know,
No.
Robin. Maybe just a little bit.
Robin, she can't be intense.
Look, I love the balance of us
No,
three
we got
together.
Robin slash Max.
Okay.
Oh, up there. Okay, Esquire in Frygrass. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Look,
Let's necessary.
I love the balance though. And look,
Oh yeah, because it's gonna be like me and Karina double teaming you.
hey, you know what? I love a good challenge.
Yeah, I know.
Don't back up because baby, I got my good sweatshirt on. It zips. Cause you know what I'm saying? When I feel like I need to zip it on up, I have to, and I can.
Yes.
Okay, but right now I'm gonna be a little lax. I'm gonna let a little
Yeah,
fly.
we
Come
gonna
on down. Come on down.
You know, come
Not too
on.
far. Not too far.
I feel like we missed our people. So hey, Hezekiah, Allen, Kendra. I know Mike is watching somewhere. Yeah. So Karina, how has life been treating you?
Life is good. Life is
2024.
good.
It's
Hmm?
good. It's 2024.
It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is good.
Okay. See, I got to ask Robin a different question. Robin, how was your week?
It was great. I am now in spring break, so I am able to relax. Yes, guys, thank you for the applause. Very much deserved, very much needed. But yeah, it's going well. It's going. It went. I'm ready for my relaxation, for my time, for my peace. You know, get some things together. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. How was your week, Beauty?
Well, how was this week? Lord Jesus. It felt slow. Girl,
Okay.
I woke up every day thinking it was Thursday for some after Tuesday. My mind was convinced it was Thursday, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't know what to do with this.
I don't know. And every day I was like, it's Wednesday. And I was like, oh God. So last week was like slow. It was like blah. Today I have high hopes in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We had 53 degrees. And the sun was thank you.
Yeah, because I know how that is. Yeah.
You gotta praise him for the little bit. So
Hey,
I
the
got
little victories really take you on.
because I said yes, husband. That is what happens when I am a stay-at-home wife, whipping up delicious tacos and rice from my
I know it was delicious.
girl. Okay, because they ran it back. And the kids was like, I like Miss Akila's Chipotle at home. I said, I know you do. I know
Girl,
you do.
now you're a part of the franchise. That stuff was so good. They said, wow,
I said, okay.
get a little bit at home. Start a reward system. Love that.
Girl, I made a deal. So y'all want to hear the deal I made with the kids tonight?
Please.
One of them, okay. And he will tell you, Scott will tell you, when I make a deal with you, it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like making deals like me betting. I don't do that. But it's gonna be challenging. So our oldest, Shy, is having some challenges with temperament in school. Okay. And unlike the South, And Mike, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask her for her number later. I don't know if she's available at my best. But anyway. Anyway, so he's been struggling a little bit. We have him on the prayer list. And this is not Georgia where there's a little Southern hospitality, a little grace. Because we're all melanated. This is Ohio. No melanin. Okay. It's all colonizers. Okay.
Not all colonizers. Oh my.
And so I said, hey, he loves juicy crab. If you're in the South, I'm sure you know what juicy crab is. He loves juicy crab, the shrimp, no head. That's what he loves. And so I said, hey, buddy, if you can bring home a 10 through a 12 for the rest of the school year, school gets out at the end of May, me and you are personally going to go down to Georgia and go to juicy crab. Now, if you ask me what his week was like, it started with an 8.
Okay.
Okay, then it went to a 6. Then it was an 8.
Okay.
And then we had 2 12s. So am I worried about having to order my end of the bargain? Not at all. Did he accept the deal knowing his past? He absolutely did. And absolutely you have to pay for that personal trip.
Yes. That was really the underlying clause in there.
At the wedding? Did she? In the vows?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because those vows that Robin, you voted for personally, if I'm not
did. And did.
She did. I think we both did, but
okay, so you had
Karina,
2 votes, babe.
Stick to it.
She said, stick it out.
Stick to the script. Yes, we were there. Yes, we witnessed both.
You were also there, Derek. Yes. Don't drop the crayons. Why we dropping crayons? What that mean, bro? What the crayons mean?
You know what the crayons mean.
The crayons must have won that competition. Anyway.
That it did.
So, Derek, leave it in the past. So now we want to leave the vows in the past. So that was my week. And I told him, I said, hey, Akila, he said, Miss Akila, when you made a deal with Dad, I bet that it was the easiest thing for him to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And Scott looked at him. He said, no, son. Matter of fact, they'll tell you. He went to this. I said, oh, Lord, this happened in pain. He said, they'll tell you getting your first 1,000 is the hardest thing ever. And it's I felt that he's not even Robin, he's not emotional, but it was no,
that young man became Denzel. I know this is the scene.
I was just okay. And I really wanted to console, but I was like, but you made it. And here we are. Okay. So that was my week. Urban, you done made it to the show.
Congratulations on your new job, though. I hope you appreciate it. I hope it was nice. I hope it was great.
Now, he's a fellow Rattler fan. So,
thank you.
We do that for you. Thank you. So that was my week. But before we get into the fun stuff, our show is sponsored because we like that over here. Okay. And like the Off-Script Network. Oh, I see you doing the heart. She's so.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not cool.
Keep it steady, Karina. Keep it. Okay. We'll come back to it. Yep. It'll.
It's okay. Yep. I'll try again later.
So we do everything elite here, like Robin with her hearts that she is going to tutor Karina on how to accomplish before the end of the stream. There she goes again. Thank you so much.
Maybe take your face out of it because I think it picks it up a little bit and you just kind of hold it still. Almost.
Carry on, Akila. Carry on.
So with that being said, you can get your elite coffee if you are a coffee drinker. Okay. The link is in the description. You may have a little bonus discount, babe. Did I get a discount for that?
Bonus.
If not, let me just put this out there because I am not the discount queen. Support Black businesses without complaint.
Yeah.
Period. Okay, because it's worth it. You don't go to Starbucks asking for the discount. You just wait for those reward points to rack up. Okay, and if you want a reward, then keep supporting the business until they're able to bless you with the discount.
Be a loyal customer.
There
That's
you
how
go.
your blessings come.
Amen. Because I don't even promote discounts like that anyway, so it felt weird saying it. But get your coffee, and if you're one of those people like, you know what, Key, I don't really drink coffee like that. I do. And so Robin could easily get Mother's Day is coming up, baby.
Mother's Day is
coming up. And it's 3 of them. Okay. And the last one ends with 3. So
hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So baby, if you just want to bless somebody, drink some coffee. Amen.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Praise him. Okay.
I guess what my homework is.
Because I got to get you a Stanley. Or do you want the Miyoki now? Because I know they said the lead thing. Sorry.
So what is the difference between the Miyoki and the Stanley?
It's cheaper. It doesn't leak.
Give me the Miyoki. I'm fine with the Miyoki. Okay. I think Stanley
purple, that's your color, right?
It's too much. What'd you say?
That's your color, purple?
Purple or black. Either one. I love both.
Because they have all the cute colors.
Yes.
Okay, Karina, we're going to figure out your gift. Boo, I got to listen and take notes. So, without further ado, Robin, I think it's only fair Karina starts us out tonight.
Absolutely. Please.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. Because listen, let me tell you how this sisterhood works, okay? If you fumble a little bit, we're going to be here to scoop it up. It's going to be
look. We're running a race together. You're just passing the baton.
We're going to give a wink or nothing. We're going to just jump right in there because we cool like that.
Come on.
Okay. So with that being said, and to help you, we have a video. Now, I got this from my bestie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I took it from him on Facebook. And ladies, he's taken. Oh, okay. I didn't know she was still playing single for role play tonight, but he is so
no.
It's no. Okay. Okay. So
Karina said no. Ain't nobody playing at nothing. I am the woman in this man's life. Look, the no came quick. That was,
and he's over there.
That was that no from Get Out. No.
I wish
no.
I wish it would. Okay. Keep it cute. See, the red bone on the bottom is mine's.
Ooh.
Don't do it, Mike.
Okay, wait, let's.
All right, let me help you out, girl. Let me get you this video for you. Okay, is it cheating if?
Is it cheating if you let someone buy you things because they like you, but you're in a relationship and you do not disclose with your significant other that a stranger that's interested in you is buying you gifts?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. Absolutely not.
I'm an influencer.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
People buy me
not.
stuff all the time.
No. What's that? One of them videos? I'm an influencer.
I'm an influencer, and of course I get gifts that I don't tell my significant other about, and it's not cheating. That's what she sounds like. Yeah. But please, Karina,
you was convincing Robin. I was like, wait, girl, what you
doing? Exactly.
That's just her excuse, though, to get the gifts.
Okay, go ahead.
This is how I feel. I feel like if I wouldn't want somebody to do it to him, I can't accept gifts if I wouldn't want somebody to give him gifts. Like, he drinks Monsters and Sheila at the job buys you Monsters every day. That's a problem, sir. I'm not going to accept gifts. I don't care if it is just Monster or Chick-fil-A or something you may deem as insignificant. The women say it's not a problem because they're the ones receiving it. But if their man was receiving it, they would have a problem with that. So no, sir, we're not getting gifts from anybody around here. That's how I feel about
it. Oh, okay, Robin.
I think it is important to understand the context because I don't know if everybody was listening to the whole question.
You want me to run it back?
Now I love a good double trouble. Come on now.
Let me run.
It was quick too, so run it back one more time.
Is it cheating if you let someone buy you things because they like you, but you're in a relationship and you do not disclose with your significant other that a stranger that's interested in you is buying you gifts.
Absolutely
No.
not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not. Absolutely not.
I'm an influencer.
Absolutely not.
People
Absolutely
buy me stuff all
not.
the time.
No.
What's that? One of them videos? I'm an influencer. I'm an influencer. It's
And see, I held my hand up for 2 points. I don't know if y'all caught it, but the first point is because they like you. I have a problem with that. And you know that they like you. So now what is your intentions of buying me gifts? Because I'm a firm believer. Sometimes people may just want to bless you. They don't have no intentions behind it. They just want to be a gift giver. They have the means and the finances to do it. Whatever. I don't think the action of getting someone a gift for a certain context or a certain reasoning is cheating. But one, you've already identified that the person likes you and you know that they like you and they're doing it because they like you, because that was the question. Number two, I don't appreciate now that you know the context behind the gift giving, you're going to keep that from your partner. Now you had the opportunity to share the information and you chose not to. And I think that has now become cheating because you know the history behind it. You know why they're doing it, right? And then you choose not to share with your partner. That has become the cheating aspect because you're keeping something that should be disclosed that your partner would want to know, right? Or if you wanted to know, because a lot of people don't like when things are done to them, you know what I'm saying? And then they turn around and they do it to other people. Like, that's weird behavior to me. So if you are someone who already has that and you especially don't like it when someone else is doing that to you, why would you do that to them? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where people are missing the beat, not the gift giving part. Like, again, people just want to bless people, and I'm not going to take that away from you. Sometimes you deserve that, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? They trying to touch you where you pee at, and you know what I'm saying? You're out here just saying, oh no, I'm not going to tell my significant other. Be for real. I don't like that.
And if it was that innocent, then why couldn't you tell your significant other?
Okay. So I'll have a confession moment.
Talk to him.
All
Talk
right.
to him. That's okay.
So, during the dating, talking, figuring out what we're doing before exclusivity phase of Scott and I's relationship, I had someone that we've never been romantically involved. Thanks, Jay. Good to see you. And he would send me gifts all the time. Now, pre-Scott, all my holidays, birthdays, all the things, I was always receiving these gifts. Now, I talked to my husband about said individual. Like, hey, got this person. It's nothing for me to get Tiffany's gifts. I'm not buying Tiffany's, but that's what I'm gonna receive. My mama ain't raised no fool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It's nothing for me to get the random Cash App. Hey, dinner on me tonight. Wow, how did he know I was having a rough day? Right? As our relationship progressed and I had to go ahead and have that conversation of, listen, getting serious, don't want to be disrespectful. I'm with somebody. Now, here's the thing. It was good gifts. I feel like, no, I don't think I was cheating. I feel like had I continued, because let me point this out. This individual would have continued to give me gifts if I did not set that boundary, because he's only going to respect the relationship as much as I enforce it. So the FaceTime calls, the more that he sent things, some things would be personal and undergarment. Now, he wasn't seeing me in any of those things. That was the kicker. I'm like, you're not, I'll wear it. You will never see it. But if you want to keep sending it, hey, come on, swipe the card, brother. Do what you do.
Yeah.
But had I continued to accept said gifts, then I'm sure that Scott would have had a problem, rightfully so. Like you said, Karina, with a woman, I think that the issue, what I'm hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, the issue I'm hearing is somebody buying Mike a monster outside of you, his sister, somebody within that circle of like, I understand, I know it wasn't nothing, is women pay attention to the little things. It's the, how does she know that you need a monster? Why has she been watching you? That it's not just the because if it would have been a Pure Life water, you was thirsty, whatever. Right. It's the monster. It's the flavor that you like. It's the size monster that you like.
Ooh, talks about it.
That's interesting. That's very observant of her. And because a monster, something as small as a monster, can be passed off as innocent. Because, no offense to guys, but most guys are not cognizant or they throw it off. It don't mean nothing. It was just Starbucks. We was just she ain't, because she's not reaching over the table and doing a little extra. She's not doing anything. Right. Because I'm not saying, hey, you gonna let me go ahead and do this after dinner or after lunch? You want to meet me here? Then she's not doing any. It's not so obvious. It's not the subtle touches on your face. It's not that, but it can be in the gesture of knowing, well, you know what, Mike likes his number one meal from Chick-fil-A with the Chick-fil-A sauce, and then you need a little apple vinaigrette for this or something weird or whatever. Yeah, she could. Yeah, see, the girl is gonna be on the list. And case in point, I had a good friend of mine, or former friend, who she's been around me and seen my dating, right? At no point in time has she ever asked a man for his number that I brought around. I bring Scott around, and now you got an interest in YouTube, in real estate, and we should chat sometime. I said, I'm sorry, what? Because, again, that's outside of the ordinary. Right. But if you hit it, like Karina said, if I'm not comfortable saying, hey, such and such did this, I don't know why they did it. It doesn't bother you that I took it. And my thing is now, Karina, would you hold him responsible for accepting it? Or would you just be like don't do it again?
Well, I think because you can't control what somebody else does, right? So her buying the monster, he didn't know that. He's just like, oh, okay, cool. It's a monster. He probably gonna take it, drink it, and go on about his day because he ain't paying attention. And I've talked to him about that. Like, men don't pick up on those subtle flirtations. But I probably would be like, I think she's trying to shoot her shot. You might want to just keep your eye out on Sheila. Yeah. And then we'll just go from there. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, don't talk to Sheila. It'll just be, that's a little suspicious. Yeah. Keep your eye on it. Because it's different if Sheila bought a box of monsters and just was passing them out. Right. You brought one monster and it's solely for you. Keep your eye on Sheila. Like, that's kind of the conversation I would have. Like, okay, you drank your monster, good. Glad you got your energy. But we're gonna keep our good eye on Sheila. Right. Yeah.
I think it's petty sometimes.
Example that I'm
even to go on what you said, Karina, I think when you do let your man know or your significant other know, because it can happen both ways, right? Because sometimes men be picking up on other men and how they act. And it's like, because I've had my boyfriend tell me, hey, you may want to just be mindful of this person and this person, because while that may be your friend, while that may be something that you know, sometimes dudes have intentions where they're very subtle, but they'll act on it quick, fast, in a hurry, just like women. Women do the same thing, you know? I think it's important too that normalizing when to set those boundaries and to let your person know, your significant other, hey, this is a good time to lay that boundary out and let it be known, because there's only so much more ignoring you can do, because sometimes you have people that want to be overachievers, and it's like, if they don't see me and hear me on this time, let me do something big and extravagant. Now your back up against the wall, and it's like, wait, hold on. I didn't like any of those things that you were doing, and those are not advances to me, but because you didn't say anything, they took that as an opportunity to like, you know, capitalize. And it's like, okay, well, let me do it this time. So while yes, definitely, you know, let your person know, hey, you may want to watch out for this one, but also let your person know too. If it starts to become a problem because you're with them more times than you are, whether you work with them, go to school with them, whatever the situation is, yeah, go ahead and nip that in the bud. And you could be tactful about it, because I think especially for men, they have a hard time, sometimes finding the words because they don't want to be mean, they don't want to be nasty, but it's also like, hey, don't do that.
I'm like, how did you get rid of it? And see, Derek is also from New York, so I'm like, was it very aggressive? Like, how did you get rid of it, bro?
I want to know that story, Derek. You're gonna have to tell us that.
Look, we have the call lines open, but I'm like, how was that? Because I know, like, Mike, you would want to hear it from Mike because the way that he delivers news. Mike can deliver bad news so well. Karina, am I lying?
Nope.
You want to hear it from Mike. Like, you don't want to hear it from Scott.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
no.
Robin, do you want to hear bad news from Scott?
Maybe because me and Scotty, I'll be like, look, just tell me, just rip that Band-Aid off. Come on. I know he's gonna rip it.
He's going to rip it off. Hey, man.
So I get it. I get definitely the two different vibes when you are breaking those types of news. And sometimes you want it to be a little smoother.
Look at her.
I hear you.
I tell good bad news. What does that sound like?
What does that even mean, Scott?
What does that even mean?
Like, it's juicy? Like,
no, he's saying he tell it in a good way. Like, he doesn't tell it harsh.
Oh, okay.
DJ Coda.
I don't know, friend. I don't know that. I don't know.
Respectfully disagree with that, Derek. That's like dudes saying they can't have females as friends that they never tried to holler at. And that
ooh. That's a good topic.
That is I'm gonna jot that down. Sorry,
I think we need to circle back on that at some point. Thank you, DJ.
Because I've been on both sides. Like Mike has never, right? But then there's one Mike, and then there's like 6 or 7 other, like, hey, if you need any, like, how did we get here? How did we get here?
Because a male friend just needs that green light, and you're no longer just a friend.
And see, I'm like, so the cis thing, and I've heard guys like, that's a lie. You're cis until you're not. I said, I don't know what in the buffoonery that is. And see, my husband, a former reformed friend. Y'all know our story, okay? That recycle time is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
look, the growth.
Thank God
for love, the development. It all came together when it needed to come together.
My God, today y'all gonna have me perspiring on this here top.
Not perspiring. Stop. I feel like we're all in an equal understanding though. Like that disclosure part, because it's one thing that the person is doing whatever they're doing, because like Karina said, you can't control what people are doing,
right? But
also you have the power to stop it sometimes. And I think you know who you are. Y'all be letting stuff go a little bit too long when y'all have the means and the opportunity to nip it in the bud, and now you're caught. Now you're in a situation that you could have avoided. And I think that's a lot of times what people are upset with their partners. It's like, it's one thing that the person did what they did, but they only did it because you allowed them to do it. And that's the part.
And to you, Mr. Atkins, I would ask, how attractive is your female friend? I'm not trying to be funny. Like, how attractive is she? Really? Seriously. In the type measure, because I think that plays a part as well. Because I feel like you have to know a person, and like because I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? You notice that if it's not don't the compliments, it matter how you do it. Oh well, look, got a caller, Karina.
Come on, call.
I knew.
Hello, caller.
What up, though?
Oh Lord.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
sir, we can.
All right, so look, you beat me to the punch. You asked the question just a few seconds ago. You said, how attractive is the female friend? I've always told Karina this is what basically holds the most weight. No disrespect. So when I name stuff like this, don't take it the wrong way. But if the girl looks like Gabby Sidibe, she look like Precious, most of y'all are not going to be threatened by her saying, hey, I was at Chick-fil-A. Somehow they left a little chicken sandwich in the bag. Here's your chicken sandwich. You want it? Take it. Y'all would not feel no pressure on that. But if she looks like Megan Good, then y'all value that. Then y'all feel threatened by that. It's the same way with us. If your homeboy look like Bruce or your coworker look like Bruce, and he just so happened to be like, yo, I was at Starbucks, I went ahead and grabbed you a coffee. Most real players ain't gonna fear that. You know what I mean? Because he's not on equal footing or shouldn't be on equal footing. The problem is y'all will bring home somebody that can actually replace us. So now y'all bringing home a cold player. Y'all bringing home somebody that's cold. And then at that point, that's when a player will be like, hold on. We know as men, nothing we do is not by design. Somebody wrote in the comment section earlier, everything we do is to get that monkey. You hear me? I'm just telling you straight up. So if I buy you a Chick-fil-A sandwich today, you better believe I'm expecting maybe in a couple of months, maybe your boyfriend might drop the ball. He might, get caught up himself. That's when y'all gonna call us, because I am the homie, the bestie, y'all co-workers. What do y'all call it? That work husband?
Work husband.
Yeah. You gonna start confiding in us. Y'all gonna start telling us everything. Girl, he just don't understand and he hurt me. The real player gonna be sitting there like, what? You playing, right? You bullshit. And he just gonna sit there and let you keep talking. The minute you show any crack in that armor, he gonna get that monkey. That's all we are designed to get. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Thanks.
Anyway,
all
right. Peace.
Okay, Mr. Atkins is on the line, so let's hear from the man himself. Mr. Atkins, thank you for calling in.
Hey, how y'all doing, ladies?
Good.
Yeah, I've known my best friend since 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her dad's in the military, my dad was in the military. We just became close through, living close by each other. It's never even crossed that line.
Okay.
We sit there. I've hooked her up with a couple of my boys. I've been with her cousin. I've been with a couple of her sorors. I'm the godfather to her son.
Mm-hmm.
When she got pregnant, she was kind of worried, and I think it's hard. I think it's when you've known somebody that long. There's not many people that can say they've known somebody since childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It's just with life and people move and people go different ways and you fall out. She's about as close to me as my own sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like when her mom died, because she only has one other brother. So we just, like I said, she's about as close to my own sister. So, but she, she gives dues. I mean, she's been married.
So is she attractive though?
She has an ex-husband now, but me and him got along well. I mean, he had to get used to her having a male best friend, because most men don't believe, oh yeah, you got a male best friend. But me and him got along well because we're former both military guys. So it wasn't hard for him to be like, oh, once she sit there and once he saw the way we interacted, he knew, oh, that's just Dre. That ain't no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mr. Atkins,
but it's just, you said what?
Mr. Atkins, I have a question. Well, I have a question that everybody has, and I'm just going to ask it one more time. Do you feel like the person that you're speaking of, have you ever been attracted to her? Or like, if you've never been attracted to her, is she an attractive, in a sense, person?
It just never went that way. She's an attractive individual, but it just never went that way. You learn early, and my uncle used to tell me this: you can't sleep with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. It's just impossible. And And sometimes, as men, you sleep with somebody that you probably should have kept as your friend, and then you lose a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it just never went that way.
So you've been attracted to her. You just never went that way with her.
I mean, she's an attractive individual.
Gotcha.
I'm not blind. She's attractive, but it's never went that way. I've never tried anything. She's never tried nothing on me. It's just never went that way.
I got you.
Once again, I think because of our friendship for so long, like I said, I mean, we've known each other since, fifth grade is elementary school. I mean,
right.
That's it. To me, it just wasn't worth it, even if I would have tried.
Got you.
Okay.
Because it just wasn't worth it. To even potentially, like you know how you hear stories of where lifelong friends, they try it and then they realize it just wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it just wasn't worth it. So we're just still good friends. My godson will be going to college to play football. And I value her friendship. She tells me, like, if I'm wrong about a woman, she'll be the first one to tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's my fault, she's the first one to tell me.
Gotcha.
I've been cussed out plenty of times because I've messed over good girls.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be the first one. She ain't the one to be like, nah, Dre, it's all on them. Nah, she'll put it on me, be like, hey, you messed up a good one. She ain't getting you back.
Okay.
So, but I think as men, I think you need somebody like that as your friend, though. You don't need a bunch of homeboys who's always agree with you. You need a woman who you're not trying to sleep with. You need somebody who is strictly a friend to tell you about women.
Mm.
Well, thanks so much for calling in.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So next, Smash. Okay.
Line with it.
What up, dude?
Hello.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I just tuned in, but I just heard it like last call and a half, I guess. She sound cat. She sound ugly. I'm sorry. I don't know if she is ugly, but when you describe her, she's an attractive individual. What making you know saying that? You just mad or not? I'm a touch her or not. But anyway, in my situation, my female friends are a little different. Like, it's either I didn't even mess with them before, or either we didn't flirt it and it didn't go the way we thought it would go. Or you know how you get somebody of them for one reason and y'all end up being cool as a motherfucker. I think that's how my situation goes. So like my female friend, I have a lot of female friends, but like they know you probably can get buzzed down for real if they don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the only females I get like a stipulation on it, like if it's my partner girl or something like that, only because I have like this thing I own, nothing that none of my partners been cool with. But I do agree that having female best friends like can give you a balance that you need sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a chick that knows you can tell you when you're tripping for real. You know what I'm saying? If you're just trying to be a nigga at the time. I know a lot of times I can be being a nigga. And I got my female friends be bad. Like I'm talking about, I got them female friends like I ask myself, damn, how we been cool so long? It's just I don't put the energy into messing up what we have because I know it can go that way. You know what I'm saying? I know she'll break if I probably try to like really like pursue her because I know one female friend I have, she liked me so much and I just kind of like friend zoned her for so long, only because I appreciate the friendship that we have. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you know, if it came to it, but that's just me disciplining myself. You know what I'm saying? Sorry that, sometimes fellas can be that way with females, and I see it from a female perspective, like she not attracted to you, but you just a better friend to her than you can be a partner, and she don't want to lose that friendship. So I have it the same way. So yeah, but the last dude, I don't know about that. She don't sound too hot. Like you sound like you put in the break category. But yeah, that's my time, y'all, and I'm done.
Thanks, Smash.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies, any comments?
I think for me, just thinking about like everybody talking about whether this young lady that the last caller was referring to whether she's cute or not, or whether she's attractive or not. I think one thing to kind of importantly note that like a person may be attractive, but you may not be attracted to them. Because I have a lot of guy friends that I know. I have friends, like girlfriends, who are like, "Oh, is that? Oh my God, who is he? Let me talk to him." Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, ew. Like, why? Why would you want to do that? But it's like not because they're not attractive, but me personally, I am not attracted to them. I've never been attracted to them, but those are my guy friends. Like I will be 10 toes down for them. And I feel like maybe that is what the caller was trying to insinuate of like, yeah, for me, I don't see her in that way. That doesn't take away from the attractiveness that that person has. But I also want to hone in on what the other commenters are saying and, you know, tell them that they are valid as well. That sometimes it is hard to separate when you are attracted to somebody and, you know, not cross those boundary lines and not cross those friendship lines. But also when you really know somebody, hey, like sometimes those little things that they would have done or you've seen them do, it's like, I would not want to talk to you. Like, even if you was the last person, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just because you know so much. And sometimes knowing so much, you telling me that y'all, however old they are now, he sounds like a pretty grown man and grown woman, knowing each other from 5th grade. You didn't see them at their highs, you didn't see them at their lows, you didn't see them at their most vulnerable positions. You've seen them, you know, in situations that you personally would never want to be with. So it's like seeing those and experiencing that, I can understand why they probably have been friends for so long and haven't crossed those boundary lines. But has that been hard to find? Absolutely. I think that their experience is very unicorn. Their experiences are very, you know, out of the norm and outliers, because what we have seen stereotypically is that is very hard. That is, you can't say confidently that you know someone that has been opposite sex best friend and they either never been attracted to each other or never tried anything, whether it worked out or not. So while that may be a unicorn, I don't want to take that away from him because I know that the situation, I know it can be true. But at the same time, that doesn't speak for everybody. There are more numbers than not that be like, yeah, we tried something, it just didn't work out. Or yes, I am attracted to them, but I know that they're looking to go somewhere else or be in another, you know, relationship that's not with me. Hey, I see both sides. That's my point.
Karina, anything there?
No, I agree with Robin. I can see both sides as well. And I always tell Mike, I have male friends that even in my most drunken stupor, I would never do anything with. And he's always like, he says, well, if they look like this, then of course you wouldn't. Well, no, I do believe that women control if something happens. So if I had a friend, if I was attracted to him and I wanted it to go down, I think it would happen because I made that choice. He's not letting anything happen because I haven't given him the green light. That's just my belief. I'm sure.
Rob, do you see your boy?
Yeah, but he's actually not true. Okay. And I'm gonna let him think that, but he's actually not.
And you know what? I will say this, right? I know of a person who also had a childhood best friend, male and female, and he's also the godfather of her children. I would say that he will compliment her and tell her that she's beautiful, although she is not his type. Okay. And I think that plays a huge part of, especially, and the reason I'll say that is because when you're in that teen, like figuring it out, normally you try and figure it out with somebody close. Let me learn how to kiss. Can I touch yo? Can I see yo? It's normally with somebody that you're like kind of close to. It's not a stranger. I won't tell. We were over such and such's house and playing hide and go get it. So I know for a fact that he was not trying to play hide and go get it with her out of the friend group coming up. Okay. That's all. I'll leave that there because there are others that know her. Moving on to our next. I feel like that will take like that. Like, okay. So let's unpack it.
Woo!
Yes.
Did both of you watch the movie?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Per your instructions, but
You gave
also
us
my
homework. We
curiosity.
had to do it.
Karina, I had no doubt in you, my dear.
It was me.
It was Robin.
But then, baby, I had my wine set up on the left side of my couch.
What water did you drink?
Listen. I was like this. Okay. I said, oh, I'm going to watch it. And I was in tune, baby. I watched it to the beginning of it until the end. Even rewind it back just so I can make sure I caught a clip that I thought I lost.
Now, what part did you go back to?
Well, I went back actually on the part. Can we give like the full details?
Well,
Because I know some people haven't seen it, but I just wanted to.
Should I play the trailer first?
Yeah, play the trailer first.
Okay, we'll do that.
Zaire, please.
I don't tend to make decisions based on what's popular
Good.
or in headlines.
Good. Because they're all lies.
Our firm has a retainer of 7.
It doesn't matter.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a look at what the prosecution has and I'll get back to you.
Today,
I'll let you know when I can.
unlock your phone. Put my number in.
You can leave it with my secretary on your way out.
Thank you.
Do I need to run it back, Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
One way.
Okay.
Zaire, please.
I don't tend to make decisions based on what's popular
Good.
or in headlines.
Good. Because they're all lies.
Our firm has a retainer of 7.
It doesn't matter.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a look at what the prosecution has and I'll get back to you.
Today,
I'll let you know when I can.
unlock your phone. Put my number in.
You can leave it with my secretary on your way out.
Thank you.
This is a very interesting clip that they have for a trailer. Let me just say that. Now that I've seen the movie, like, that's a very interesting part that they added to that.
Your overall thoughts and rating.
I want you to go first, actually.
Me?
Yeah, who gave us the assignments? Really me, but still. I want the teacher to lead this discussion.
Okay. Overall thoughts. I was really hoping that it would be at the Temptations of a Marital Counselor movie that he had did with the lady. She was a therapist.
Yes.
Lance Gross was in it.
Yep.
Okay. I was hoping it would be there because I thought that was a pretty good Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
I felt like this was, I'm going to say it's a D. And the reason I'm not going to give it an F is because most of the casting I agreed with. It was how it ended that I was like, what? And then some of these actors, Lord Jesus, the brother. Oh, sorry, I might not get there yet. The brother, he got on my nerves. The mom, I felt like you could have picked a different irritating mom. And she was so white. I'm like, she had to be white. Like light-skinned black people can't have kids. Like,
no,
white.
You needed to be fully fully Caucasian.
She did. Okay.
Yeah.
But I just, and maybe
that lets me know that their dad was Negro, but notice he was not in the picture.
Right. And I saw that. And then at the beginning at that dinner, I knew that I said I could just feel the brother's energy. I said, this Joker is up to something. I don't know what he's up to yet, but I can tell you're a problem child for me. So I was disappointed. And then I'm not gonna lie, when I get like people were all hot and bothered about the paint scene, but he literally was just in somebody else and then just hop back into you. And I was like, you're not gonna like Like you're not gonna it's not even gonna be like a nice little like shower massage. Like you just go like dip it. All you did was kick her out. Oh no!
It's almost like she just knew. She just is like, okay, let me go ahead and clock out.
It was just a no. It was just a no for me. I just said no, absolutely not. And if I think about that, that D is gonna be on the cusp of F. So that was my overall thoughts. You want me to pause there and then we'll transition to the slide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna give mine. I'm gonna let you go last, Karina, because I'm in the middle. Overall, I give it a C minus. And the reason I give it a C minus is because one, I'm gonna be honest, I slightly was biased coming in because I have seen, well, not biased in a way that I was like trying to give them a higher grade or anything, but I wasn't expecting it to be an Oscar award winning movie. I went in, hey, this could be on Tubi.
Okay.
So because I went in saying, oh, this could be on Tubi or Lifetime or, you know what I'm saying, or BET Plus where it doesn't make the theaters, but it's on the app. I said, I'm not going to have high expectations. So because I let that go, I went in and I actually like the twists and turns that it made. I actually appreciate it. Like it wasn't, granted, you could see where it was going, but how it got there, I kind of enjoyed. I don't know. I was like, okay, dang, that's a little crazy. That's good. You know, I wasn't expecting that. Not to give too much detail. Yes, as you said, the acting was not up to par, but again, I went into it knowing that it wasn't going to be. I think that it was very forced. Like the conflict, the tension, the things that were being said was very forced. And that's where the minus comes in at, right? And really I can give it a D plus. Sure, I can throw in a D in there. But it was very forced because it's like,
Robin, we got the green light.
Oh, I do have the green light. Oh, I thought we were supposed to be dull. Okay. Yeah. Before let me just continue overall, then we'll go into it because I want Karina to have her thoughts as well. But just in general, I think it was very forced. Because some of the things it was like, okay, be for real. Like nobody would really say that. Even if you was on your wildest of times, we wouldn't say it like that. We wouldn't say it how you said it, and we wouldn't say it at the time that you said it. Because like going back to the dinner scene, first scene when you popped up, she talking about she introducing the friend. Oh, they're going through rough times. Excuse me?
Woo!
And the way that Kelly was so silent, I said, the Kelly I know. The Kelly Rowland that I know.
Andra.
Okay. Full name. I said, nah, she wouldn't let that, she wouldn't let that wash the way that it did. And although she was playing a character, I totally understand. Even just in the time period of we are now, they didn't say that this was back in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? This is 2024. I will stomp you with my high heel, respectfully, whether you're my mother-in-law or not, because you're not my mom. So I'm like, I'm trying to understand why was it that aggressively forced where it was so unrealistic to actually occur. That's what I didn't appreciate. I didn't like that. But like I said, they have some moments where I was like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. That's crazy. That's my
Karina.
Okay, so I'm going to give it a C minus only because I went in, because one, I knew it was a Tyler Perry movie. So there's that. But I also saw where somebody had commented on Instagram talking, like giving it praises. So that gave me like a little more excitement. Like, okay, maybe this is going to be the movie. Plus Kelly was in it and I love her. So I was like, it can't be that bad. But a lot of it was predictable. It was the typical Tyler Perry movie. I swear he writes his movies on a napkin in 2 hours and says, we're going to film. Like there's so many holes in it, so many things that happen so quickly where you're like, wait a minute. This really happening. Y'all just met 20 minutes ago. Like it was just so much missing that was just like, this could have been better. The storyline could have been better. The ending, part of it I predicted, maybe not as as it played out, but there was some parts I was like, that brother has something to do with this. That girl is not dead. Like I kind of figured a lot of that out early on. I didn't like the way the mom or the brother talked to, what was Kelly Rowland's character? I didn't forgot it just that quick. Yes, Mia.
Not the name of the movie, Karina.
Right? That's how, right. So the way she talked to her, I knew immediately. I was like, oh my God, lady, I'm about to jump through this screen. And how dare you not defend yourself and just let this lady talk to you at the table?
And sit your husband's best friend that he used to date next to him.
And she sat down at the other end of the table. I think that's what blew me up. I said, stand up.
Girl, yes. Like, first of all, hold on, Miss Jenna. Get you need to get up because why are you here? And it's not like it was a party, it's just a dinner with just them. An ex-girlfriend is there. And the mom's like, oh, you should have been my daughter-in-law. First of all, the son, the husband, the mama, the brother-in-law, and that little friend, all of them could have got it. All of them sitting there quiet and just letting this lady be disrespectful because she was sick. No, I didn't like that part. And it was, like you said, very much overkill. Like it was too extra and too extreme. But again, that's Tyler Perry. I try to give him grace on the non-Madea movies. And every time I give him a little grace, it's like
too far.
It's like, yeah. I think the only movie he did, and Mike told me this, he did Acrimony. That's the only movie that I really was like all in.
With Taraji.
But I didn't realize that was his movie until literally today, because it was just that, to me, that good. The writing was good. The acting was good. So that's probably the only movie he's made that impressed me.
So Karina, you gonna start us back up?
Okay.
We'll go in reverse.
Okay. I thought Kelly's acting was, I'm gonna say I thought it was good because I've seen her act before. She's been in other movies, so this wasn't like her first time in an acting role where she was like uncomfortable or seemed odd in it. I think if the script itself and the storyline itself were better, then all of that would have matched. I think her acting was, I mean, if I had to grade her on her acting, I'd give her an A.
Okay.
Yeah.
I too. I really liked Kelly in this. I also want to, y'all may disagree with me, but it being a Tyler Perry movie, he has some heavy hitters now. Cause like, Why Did I Get Married is a great movie. I don't care what nobody say.
It is.
Daddy's Little Girls, a great movie. For Color Girls, a great movie. All written, produced, and directed by Tyler Perry. Right.
And I'm still mad about For Colored Girls. Michael Ealy is,
I know,
can burn in hell.
Granted,
for
him being in that, but just in general, like it was a much more captivating and different type of experience than this was. I think in my heart of hearts, even, yes, thank you, Scotty, A Family That Prays. I love that movie. If y'all ever seen that movie, it's a great movie.
I have not.
Yeah. Oh, you have? It's good.
So I don't want to take that away from him. And granted, I don't think Tyler Perry is stupid. I think he really just was like, hey, let's just put something together and let's just see how it rides. Because clearly it didn't hit the movies for a reason. Like we saw it on the platform where it was supposed to be on. Let's be honest. Could it have been arguably on different platforms? Yes, we already mentioned BET, Tubi, cool, yeah. But I think also, I don't know if his goal was to be like, this is a bestseller. I don't know if that was the goal. So I'm not going to give him that. So I'm going to take that away. But with that, I think Kelly did a phenomenal job with what she was given. She was screaming in that elevator. She said, "Shut the elevator!" You better yell, Black woman. Yes. I said, "Oh my God,
oh my crazy." God. I agree with you, ladies. Her acting, I think had her acting been worse, this movie could have been, as my 6-year-old says, worser. And I know that's not a word, but
sometimes it applies.
She did worse. It could have been worser. So I think that her acting made it where you could tolerate watching the full thing without being like, you know what, I'm sorry to the Beehive, but had this been a Beyonce film, I would have this would not be a discussion.
Oh, wait a minute.
At all. I would have vetoed this show. See y'all next.
You didn't like Carmen? What was that movie she was in? Carmen?
Yeah, Carmen Electra. She was.
But see, Karina. Let us go big right quick. That fit Beyonce as opposed to like she ruined Nala in The Lion King. She ruined
Really?
Simba.
I don't think that.
I do absolutely think that. So,
you didn't like her in Cadillac Records?
Again, music.
That's her thing.
So you're saying the musical roles.
Dreamgirls, I'm not gonna say because I'm like, yeah, you probably was a lot like Dina, Beyonce, and
Wait a minute. What about that movie she played in Idris Elba?
Girl, you slept with my husband.
My husband?
My house obsessed.
Obsessed.
I like that she was fighting that white lady.
No, that fight scene was a little trash.
It was,
but I mean, the fight scene itself was trash. But I loved Beyonce's acting.
You been in my house? It's like you been in my. You slept with my husband.
With my husband.
It's so hardy. And I'm like,
she came out with that song too. I'm happy to see my husband.
I'm going to see I'm happy. I'm like, what? So no. And I'm like, you're doing it. And to me, it's like Beyonce, when she acts, I see like you're working to get the Oscar, baby. And it's not for the right. It's like you're working because you want the Oscar. You're not working because I connected with this part. When I read the script, I fell in love with it. It's something different. It was, I want an Oscar because I need that on my shelf. Yes, Jay, you're trying too hard. And I can't stand that. And Scott will tell you, I'll grade somebody in a minute. I'll be like, I don't believe them. I don't believe their character. So she acts like she's acting. Thank you, CL.
I really did like Temptation. Fighting Temptation.
Rob, what kind of movie was that, Karina?
She was singing.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, but she's still acting.
But he still loves me because he blessed me too until the Holy Ghost needed to her. And then she worthy. He blessed. I'm like, what? Because he loves me like he loves you. Like I be like, it's until then, but up until that part where she got to catch the Holy Ghost, I'm fine. It's just at that end of the scene. And yeah, I am a hard critic. Period.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. We always have to have one.
And it's me today. Okay.
So what do you think? Do you appreciate Kelly's acting though in this one?
Me? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, the moment I've been waiting for.
Why the mama not on here?
Yeah, we just gonna let her know that she shouldn't have been there. We're just gonna let that be known. Because I think that's a fair question, Karina. She should not have been
in the movie. Yeah.
Like there was so many other
if you want to add her as a write-in, by all means.
She should have been like in the coffee shop or something, like as an extra. You know? I didn't like her whiteness.
I didn't.
And that's like I understand that she was supposed to be white. That's not what I'm saying. I just didn't like her whiteness. I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was giving Karen.
Yeah, Karen.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Karina. You already kicked us off, so go ahead, boo.
My favorite character, like I said, was Mea. I liked her. I think she did good. Out of the people on the screen, I'm gonna say the brother. I forget his name. Was it Ray?
His brother.
Ray.
Ray, the attorney.
The brother. Yeah, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
I didn't care for him out of the individuals on the screen. I think everybody else is kind of like middle of the road.
Yeah.
I liked Jimmy, but some parts he was a little extra. Where I was like, yeah, the investigator. Some parts I was like, Jimmy, calm down a little bit. You're just a little. He kind of did it just a little too much, but everybody else I think was kind of more middle of the road.
Okay. I will say I appreciated how immersed Mia's husband was. And honestly,
we're on the same here. Yeah.
honestly, it would be Kelly, but I got to give somebody else credit because we had a question about her. So for that, I'm gonna go with her husband because he played that part,
Yeah,
like to the T, to where I was like, first of all, like you're weak. Yeah, I felt like Mister from The Color Purple. You're ugly. You're black. Who's good? Like that's how I felt. I was like, what? So I felt like he did amazing, and his brother was the complete opposite.
yeah.
One, I was like, you, for a moment, right up until I'll say when he came to her office because he was upset after his mom had an episode at night and was in the hotel room. That's when I knew. I said, okay, he's in on this situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I knew it was something fishy going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that point, I was like, okay, I liked him as an actor. The brother, from the moment it started, I was like, something about you, I don't like. So those were and then her best friend, I think, well, one, his tenure, because he's been around since probably Sisters, where I remember him from, like
The investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So I felt like he just had it. I felt like Zaire, I appreciated his like darkness a little bit. I wish he would have been just a tad bit more mysterious, because he wasn't as dark as they made him. But I wish that there would have been some things to make it like, well, did he? Just until the end when it was going to say that he was innocent and whatever. I wish that he just would have had a little bit of edge other than the sex party and the smoking weed. Is again your artist. So those are my thoughts, Miss Robin.
Key, you and I have actually the same mindset, because I was gonna say the husband actually caught my attention because he has some powerful moments in there, especially when he went through his little trying to apologize and trying to be soft. I was like,
Robin said, I cannot.
Okay, you still on my hit list, but still, like, do better. I actually did not like Zaire.
Really?
I think I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe that his sex appeal or his smoothness got him to be cool. But I would have chosen someone else. I don't think, and maybe because of how you explain, Kia, like there were moments where he could have been a little bit more mysterious.
Can I give one, please, and interject?
Yeah, go ahead.
He came to the office and he put his hand on the small of her back. If he just would have did a little bit more,
you know what I'm saying? Like they were
edgy. You gotta like,
and even his like positions of like his face and like how he looked at her. Like I wanted him to be like, oh, what is a good comparison? I'll think of a movie later, but I'm like, you always know when you have that man that's not supposed to be like trying to get into somebody's marriage, but you almost like rooting for him because he like low-key a baddie. Like that's what I wanted him to be. And I was just like, girl, leave that man alone. I didn't get this could be scandalous. Oh, you should try something. Like it wasn't like that type of, but he didn't have that for me.
Yes.
And as soon as he tried to, I was just like, you're not giving it your all. I want you to create scandal, and he's not.
Do what, Robin? He didn't do what?
He didn't create the scandal. That's what I wanted. I wanted Mia to be like, hey, your husband ain't all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Like, I was in here like, girl, please don't touch him. Please don't go back to that loft. Like, I don't know. That's how I felt. I didn't really like his character. I didn't really like the brother either. But I think he did what needed to be done with his character. Because I didn't like his character, I think he fit actually well with the character. Like, we weren't supposed to like him, and he did a very good job with that. That's what I would say about the brother. Like, we weren't supposed to be on his side, and that I'm like, okay, yep, we checked that off. Yeah, but I think they could have got somebody else for the little scandal part.
Now this question here, ladies.
Ooh. Okay, so it was kind of funny because I'm gonna start this one off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna start this one because I'm not married. Y'all married. I'm not married. Not yet. But here go me. I understand, like in the beginning, it was her looking into the abyss, with trying to figure out what's wrong with their marriage and whatever. I'm trying not to get the whole movie because I know some of y'all ain't seen it. But if you ain't seen it, it's been out. That's what Scotty told me. Scotty said I could do what I want. So with that, I think their marriage was, again, going back to my point, very forced. Like even within each other, I think that they were trying to force things upon one another. Like the bathroom scene really had me an edge, where he was like apologizing to her and like hugging her and whatever, and she was just like this, and I'm just like, so what are y'all doing? Like what are y'all supposed to be doing? And are y'all supposed to be, because it seems like she wanted the steps to mend whatever they had going on, because I understand that like he did some things and whatever.
He was an addict.
Yeah, he was an addict. He got fired from his job, and then whatever the holding hand things, I was very unclear if he had did some things that was infidelity wise or whether it was just like a whole little childhood
it was considered cheating. He was holding hands and he went on a secret lunch.
When you said secret, that's enough for me. I don't care what they could have went putt-putting. Okay. Secret. But anyway, yeah, I'm like, it just didn't feel genuine. Like it felt like they were already separated. It felt like they were already trying to get a divorce, and whether they wanted to sign the papers or not.
Understood.
That's me.
I agree with Robin. Like it didn't feel like they were really together. Like we didn't see any intimacy. I mean, yeah, there was that one scene, but they seemed like they had long since been done, and they're still forcing this to be something. But you never really understand, was it the hand holding that got them here, or was it him losing his job that got them here? Is it a combination of a bunch of things? All we know is they're at odds right now. Mm-hmm. And to me, I was just like, honey, just let all of this go. Let that mama, that brother, let all of that go. Zaire, let him go. Go find you something else. Like it just all seemed just a lot for her to be going through. Mm-hmm. And the part where this is where I would have been signing my divorce papers, when Jimmy told us about the hotel for the mama. I don't know why they didn't go there, because that would have been my move.
No. It's the part where he sold the piano.
And see,
that's my divorce papers.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Would you have dealt with the financial issues? How would you have dealt with him in the financial issues?
Well, that's the thing. If we were good at the time you lost your job, then I'm gonna hold us down till we can figure it out. But it seems like they were already at odds before he lost his job, and she was just strained trying to keep everything together.
Okay.
Because she threw all the bills at him at one point and was like, well, I need to take this client, because which one of these bills you gonna take? Right. But if y'all were solid before that, and it's just, okay, you're going through the stressors, and I get it. We all kind of go through the motions, but I think they were already done before he lost the job, or at least that's how their energy felt.
I agree.
Okay. Do you think that he could have done anything to come back from it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just from their vibe, I think they were so far gone by the time we're picking up at the movie.
Yeah, we're at the movie.
Yeah, I think it's by the time we see them in the counseling office, and I think they're gone. I think they're just trying to hold on to hope. Okay. Because she didn't look like she wanted to be there. Yeah, he said he wanted to mend it and get back to, I think they went on their honeymoon somewhere, and he was like, can we get back to that? And he seemed genuine about it, but I think she was just over it for whatever reason, probably a combination of the family, you losing your job, and this Jenna girl. Like it probably was a bunch that she was just like, to hell with all of this. I'm just here But then it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you don't want to be here and he's not contributing and you're already done with him, then just be done. Like, what are you holding on to? Is it just to say you're married and you don't want to give up on the marriage? Because like Robin said, the minute you sold my piano to give your mama this watch, sir, you didn't discuss that with me. You don't have a job. You're not contributing. How do you sell my property to give something to somebody else?
He said you haven't even played it.
Because I haven't had.
I don't care if I had all my plates on there for Thanksgiving. We're not selling no damn piano to give your mama a watch. I'm sorry.
And how much was this watch you sold the piano? Really?
See, let it out, Corey. That's what I want to hear, girl. Let it out. Let it out.
She asked him, she was like, well, how much did the watch set us back? And he said, I sold the piano. I said, well, your mama could have got a little Timex over from the JC Penney's. Like, what are you buying her? Ain't she dying anyway? No, I mean, not to be heartless, but you sold my piano.
Because where that watch gonna go when she gone, baby?
I don't want it.
And then how did you not notice the piano was gone though?
But that's
because I said, ma'am, you didn't see the piano was missing?
That's good.
Wow, Karina.
That's good.
Wow, these are the questions that need to be asked.
What need to be asked?
Was the piano in storage or in the house?
Where was the piano that you didn't even notice it was missing?
That's true. She was working all them hours.
Girl, ain't no way you're not gonna walk into your house and you'll see your piano and you don't ask no questions.
Right. And is this a baby grand piano? Like, how big was the piano that you just don't miss it?
What was it?
Right.
She was working them dang on hours.
I
agree with you all. Their marriage, I feel like once his family knew too much. And I have learned that you cannot have too many people in your relationship, period. So the commentary and the added pressure, it does not help a situation. Even if you feel like you're strong enough to withstand it, it can always hurt because it plants different seeds. You know, somebody points out something and now it's like, you know what, in the back of your mind, they do that. She does do that. Is it? They always did say. It's those little things that nobody has. My thing is, nobody has to lay down with you and do life with you like the person that you chose. Your family did not choose to be your family. They were assigned by life or God or however they came into the picture. But the person that you chose to do life with was your choice and your decision. And because he allowed his mom to disrespect her at that level, and it didn't even come from an endearing place, like, I'm concerned for my son, you know, you say you love him. It didn't come from that. He's really trying. It was just complete disrespect. And I will say, I'm so grateful for Scott because I've seen him go against people close to both of us in defense of me when that came up of she's like this or she does this. And it was just immediate. Yeah, no, it ain't happening. And it didn't matter whether it was his side or mine. And so to live through that, because I hadn't been in those situations before, but now to see it and then to witness it on screen and see nothing. I was like, when the end of the table, I checked out of their marriage then, because I said, and you're going to do it. You're not even going to.
That's the part that broke me. Cause see me,
Oh wait, he got a button, girl. Let me press this button. Hold on, cause
and he trash.
And this one.
Oh goddamn.
Okay, that's exact. Is
and
that
he trash?
And this.
Oh goddamn.
That it was those two buttons in my mind. I'm sorry. It triggered me. Go ahead.
It just I don't think that like we kind of alluded to this when we got introduced to their marriage. It almost seemed like so much has happened before, but it wasn't enough, like, flashbacks for us to really know and connect
Right.
what was really going on. Because even you, and I think you said this, Karina, too, because like, really, what was the issue? Like, it seemed like there were either so many issues that it all ran together, or there was a significant issue that occurred that just kind of like exploded. But it's like, what really was it? Because at no point, even though it seemed like Mea was in the position of wanting to like allow him to be better and allow him to do things, there was no reciprocation of like, okay, I see you working hard, I see you trying these things, like, let's continue. It was just very cold and very standoffish, which is fine, but it's also like, why would there needed to be like cheating? Like, y'all should have just been done.
Right. And then he seemed to be like trying to control her as far as like taking on the client. Like, sir, we got bills to pay. You can't tell me who I can and can't take on as a client when we got to pay these bills.
Say it again, Karina.
That.
Say it again.
And you like, no, you're not taking this client. No, you're not doing. Have you been on Indeed lately? Have you gone down to the local grocery store to apply for any employment?
Her coming home to him playing the game with that young lady that she already had voiced she had a problem with.
Yes.
The way I would have turned them up.
And she just went upstairs like, oh, this is.
And she went upstairs.
It was too unrealistic to me. He wasn't giving the emotions and the negativity that I needed.
You know what, Robin? I can almost imagine how you would have handled that, Karina.
Baby.
What?
I'm gonna go out and come back in to make sure I see what I see.
Okay.
Because I know
Let me make sure, because I wear contacts, so I gotta make sure my little astigmatism wasn't messing up. Like,
yeah, like hold on, because I know I didn't see what I
said. Maybe he at work. Maybe that is his job. Testing out video games is apparently a position at EX Games.
Position.
It
probably is, but not with her.
Not at all. I said, we see it. You see it like we see it, Gina. She don't even have a video game name.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she just walked it. No, because the way I would have unplugged everything.
That game would have been out the wall. Disconnected.
Game, TV.
I wouldn't even say nothing. I just started unplugging stuff.
I'm not saying nothing either. I'm just unplugging.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, what you doing? Yeah. Basically. That's it. I'm like, I don't believe in breaking stuff. Okay. Okay. Now that we have that out of our spirits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Body, hearts and mind clear on Mea Culpa.
Well, I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah, say it, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we're talking about Mea and what her actions were. When the brother told her to come to the house, she didn't stop to think about that either. Mea made a whole lot of missteps. This whole thing, because I know I'm in Santo. Where was she in the DR?
Yes.
I'm not. He's like, come home. I don't have a home there. I'm gonna stay right here. Y'all figure it out over there. And I'm
Is she Uber? The way I would have had my vehicle? I don't want to be trapped here.
She didn't think none of that through, but I just wanted to throw that in there too. There was a lot of missteps. Mike heard me talking to the TV because I was like, girl, get your stuff. Why are you over there?
I'm like, you could at least waited for the brother, the best friend, the investigator to get down there for y'all to go together just in case. Because when he done ever been nice to you?
Never. And you like, oh, just come home. And you just hopped on the first thing from vacation. The way I would have stayed on that beach sipping Mai Tais, honey.
That part.
I'm not coming today.
That part right there.
Before we get off the topic, I just wanted to unlayer this one real quick, this little comment. Wow, men just can't win. If I take up for you against mom, then red flag. I don't like how he talks to his mom. Or if I take up for mom, child, he is a mama's boy, ain't got time for that. Let me be very clear. about the boundaries we're going to set when it comes between your mom and your wife, right? And I'm coming from a biblical, I'm coming from an experience, and I'm coming from just, you know, what is truly right, right? And the Bible says, when you findeth a wife, you findeth a good thing. But also understand that you must leave your mother and your father to go and create life with this new person in you. So that's biblical. We're already creating the divide. And now that you have a wife, that is your new, you know, addition to your family. But you have to give all to that, because that's what you're going to be creating your generations with. You don't create your generations with your parents. You are the generation because of your parents. But now you have to continue, right? So that's one. Experience, right? If you don't know how to be in a relationship where you are both protective of your spouse, but also respectful of your parent, then you don't need to be in that relationship, period. Because your parents should also be able to respect the relationship that you're in. And that goes back to no action is also just as bad as taking a negative action. You not saying anything, you're not creating that divide and that boundary line for you to have respect for both parties. Then you don't need to be in that marriage. You don't need to be in a relationship where you don't know how to separate the roles, to separate the experiences that you have with both families, because no one's saying that you have to disrespect your mom in order to protect your wife and vice versa. That actually should not happen. There should be respect. If anything, there should be so much respect where your mother or father is like, you know what? I want you guys to work out whatever you have. You let me know when y'all need something. I'm going to be over here. That's the relationship that you should have. But if that's not there, then it is up to you, because that is your mom and that is your wife, to clear that up, period. Right? So I feel like don't victimize a man just because they're between a rock and a hard place. Figure it out. Because you should know the relationship that you're in with your wife, and you should know the relationship that you have been able to grow with your parents, to be able to separate that. And if you cannot do that, then you need to figure out, either you need to let it go, or you need somebody else to help you step in and figure that out. And that's called a mediator or a therapist. Because if you can't do it by yourself, I'm not saying sometimes it takes a village. But we're not going to give you a cop out because you don't know how to create those boundaries and have respect on both parties. Like, no, then you shouldn't be in it if you don't know how to do it. That's all I just had to say that, because I don't want nobody sitting up here act like we just, oh, it's the man's problem. They don't, you know, it's damn if you do and damn if you don't. No, actually, it's not. We just want y'all to figure it out. Anyway, that's my take.
It's a button.
Job, get this thing. You about to lose your job. Get this thing. You about to lose your job. Get this thing. You about to lose your K-O-B. You about to lose your job. Get this thing. You about to lose your job. Get this thing.
Okay. Go ahead. Did you have anything you want to add to that? No? Okay.
Okay.
Had my bun lopsided.
Let me get us back together. Kyla Pratt, beautiful.
Oh, I love Kyla.
Do you?
I really do.
It was just the read, babe. I don't know. That felt like the read Robin gave.
I loved it.
Okay, they got it. It was girl math then. If they got it and you did this girl math.
Look, there it is. Look, we understand it. Compute it. Gave an answer.
Hello. Here we go. All right. Video time, and Robin, just for you, darling.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Okay.
A marriage. We're going to get married when we feel like it. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that people try to put on anybody in relationships as far as getting married. And I was having a conversation with someone recently, and I reminded them, I said, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that piece of paper. And why not work on your relationship before jumping into all that pressure? I don't want to get married to get divorced. I don't want to, and of course, young ladies, we dream about our weddings and stuff like that, but I want it to be perfect. I want to have the perfect, not the perfect, because there's no such thing, but I want to have a great marriage. And that's what I want to focus on. So right now we're good. We're good where we are, and it'll happen when we feel like it. Even if we want to do some Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn type thing, they never been married, still together, got all these kids, and still strong. Instead of like other people who rush into the situation, and then next thing you know, what? As long as we are friends, as long as we communicate, and we are doing a great job raising our kids together, that's all that matters.
I know. Hold on.
Okay, marriage. We're going to get married when we feel like it. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that people try to put on anybody in relationships as far as getting married. And I was having a conversation with someone recently, and I reminded them, I said, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that piece of paper. And why not work on your relationship before jumping into all that pressure? I don't want to get married to get divorced. I don't want to, and of course, young ladies, we dream about our weddings and stuff like that, but I want it to be perfect. I want to have the perfect, not the perfect, because there's no such thing, but I want to have a great marriage, and that's what I want to focus on. So right now we're good. We're good where we are, and it'll happen when we feel like it. Even if we want to do some Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn type thing, they never been married, still together, got all these kids, and still strong. Instead of like other people who rush into the situation, and then next thing you know, what? As long as we are friends, as long as we communicate, and we are doing a great job raising our kids together, that's all that matters.
Okay. And who starts us off?
I'm gonna let Karina go. She's our special guest.
For her too.
I think just simply put, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like for me and Mike, we call each other husband and wife, but we're not married, right? And for where we are now, yes, I would love to be married. I would love to be his wife. But for where we are, I understand his past. I understand his experiences and his current thought processes around marriage. So I give him grace in that. And I'm just like, you know what? If this is the closest I will get to marriage, and I'm at the happiest I've been in any relationship, then why would I go back out to the streets just to find someone just to say I'm married? And they might not do right by me, my daughter, who knows what I'll get into. It's just not worth that sacrifice for what I already know I have with him. So yeah, the goal is to get married. People want to be married. But sometimes if where you are is working, and if you're happy with it and both of y'all are happy with it, you don't have to do something because society tells you to. And I hope that I don't sound like a pick me, but that's just truly how I feel. And I accept where he is, and I'm not going to force him to do anything, because I don't believe in forcing anybody to make decisions they don't want to make, because then you're in something by default, and that's not genuine.
So if I can, Karina, when did you make peace with your decision to enjoy and appreciate the happiness and the unity of the relationship and the union that you and Mike do have?
It was recent. This wasn't like a while ago. Like this was probably within the last maybe year, 9 months to a year, sometime in there, where it was just kind of like what we have works. And I am happy with what we have. And I'm okay with that. Like it didn't happen overnight. It was kind of like a talk with myself, like, but girl, you want to be married, and that's the goal. And because I believe that marriage, I believe the highest honor a man can give a woman is his last name. So it's like, yeah, I want that honor. But then it's like, but if that's not what he wants, but he's still doing right by you, what more are you asking for? What difference would it truly make in the grand scheme of the relationship? And so I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, at the very least, having the love of my life at this time in my life.
I'm laughing at Scott. I swear.
I figured he must have said something.
Yeah.
It did.
He did.
You gave an ultimatum. Well, see, I'm not giving ultimatums. I don't know that I believe him that he says that, but
So I'll say this, right? With us, one, what does he say? I don't know the ultimate. It was a situation. Oh, I got it. Here's the ultimatum that him and his best friend told me, that even though I didn't feel like it was an ultimatum. Here it was. We had the situation with the kids, right? Everybody knows we're a blended family. And you all know the situation behind that. So we had baby girl and some dealings behind her, and just establishing boundaries to summarize that, establishing some boundaries with the ex-wife that I learned, shout out to Mike, from Mike, because one, I had already went against advice that Mike gave me. Mike told me that, and I was like 22, 21. Mike told me if a man has a child that is 2 or younger, absolutely do not fool with him, because he's still knocking down a baby mama. And I was fooling around with Scott, and baby girl was just over 1. Okay. And so I was like, I'm already in it. I'm already here. What can I do? Right? I have to see where he's willing to meet me. And so I let him know, hey, if you're not willing to put up a parameter and a boundary, because my thing was, it wasn't marriage. I said internally, yes, I did have a time frame and a date, and I'll get into that in a moment. I told him, if you're not willing to do this, I can't be in your life anymore. It wasn't marriage. I can't be in your life anymore, because I'm not going to live my life with that over my shoulder, because she doesn't get to dictate my life. And I also said, this is going to be my first and last time bringing this to you. I'm not going to remind you. I'm not going to hound this, because we're having this very in-depth conversation, and I'm just going to see what happens. Now, with all of that into consideration, Scott can be forgetful, but I learned that what's important, you'll remember. And so, as laid back and as he can be a big procrastinator, he made the calls that week, like within 2 days, and kept me, and I didn't bring it up. He was proactive. Hey, babe, I did this. They said this, da 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 da. And I was like, I made the same face as you made, Greta. I was like, oh, you always stick around. Okay. And the marriage part came, one, because it was something that he said. Because actually, when he came into my life, I was no longer considering marriage. I had wanted marriage all the way up into the relationship before him. And I felt like one thing that one of my sisters had told me was, be careful getting married. And I was like, she was like, because it's easy to get in, but it's hard to get out. Marriage brings out some things that like I can't even describe. And that I'm a very cautious person. I'm not a risk taker. Right. So I don't need to go and see if there's a rock roller. If Robin comes and tells me, girl, don't go around that corner, it's a rock. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me go see what kind of rock waller it is. No. You said it's a rock out there? Yes, girl. Case closed. I didn't need nothing outside this house. Isn't it not nothing Uber Eats can't deliver? Okay? Better them than me. That's how I am. And so with marriage, it was the why not question. And it was also, Karina, I thought about this because I ran into somebody whose significant other passed, and they had absolutely nothing. They had nothing, because the family was not in agreement with the relationship. And so from funeral plans to home to everything, it was ripped from, and it was the home that the family didn't even build. It was that for me. And I know that there are legal ways around that. And that's the only thing I would say, hey, as long as that is in place, because who's going to talk about the funeral plan? We have already talked about each other's funeral plans. And how is family members that don't live with you on a day-to-day basis, that don't know how you would want things handled? You would want me to be taken care of, would you not? You would want me to ensure that what we have and what we have built is taken care of when you're gone, or if I was gone. Because I can't guarantee you're going to get the credit as love of his life, as the one who rode there. And I'm in those pictures too. The picture that they used on your obituary, I'm the one who made you go to the. What are we doing?
Not you submitted the pictures.
Yes, girl. Like, what are you doing? You don't even like. He wasn't even photogenic. Didn't like taking pictures. I'm the reason you could use that photo shoot. So it was like those little things for me that I was like, how dare you rip that from the person that's why the piece of paper was important to me, because I want both of us to be protected in the end. And from that aspect, I won't say that marriage has changed us in a negative way. And again, we're newlyweds. We're coming up on a year. So I can't say that. I will say that we have been through some things and some transitions now married that I'm just appreciative. And I don't think, and I'm going to say this, I don't think that he would have wrote for me any differently if we were not married. I'm going to also say that. Just like I know Mike would still ride for you the same way, whether your last name was Mitchell or not. He's going to make someone respect you. He's going to honor you as the queen and the love of his life. So one, I think it's admirable for you to even publicly take that stance and continue to love him the same way, whether it took you 5 years to get to that point. Because I'm like, that's love. I know people may have their opinions and be like, girl, that was you. A standard. It's not about that. Because they're not with you every day. And they don't see the highs and the lows of life and comfort you and know. You know, like, what does Karina look like when she's sad, when she needs a pick me up? Who's going to get that? Who can crack on Mike back? And y'all better not say nothing about him. But who can do that with all the injuries that Mike done had? The way that you know, like, you know what, babe, did you take the heat pack? You know you're back at you. Who's gonna do that? Right? So that was my sense. But I just kudos. Love you. Sorry.
I love that. Look, I was gonna do the same thing, girl. Cause like, wow. Both of y'all's unities is very beautiful to see. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Karina. I thought y'all was married. So I've been saying that's your husband, and I would still say that's your husband, because who gonna fight me? But here's my thing. I think for me personally, going back to the question of how long is too long, or I think that was like, is it too long or whatever? Yeah, how long is too long? And I think kind of Karina, and both you and Karina Key kind of alluded to this, but like, know who you're with. And we've talked about this a lot of times. But I think that is very important for you to be able to really answer this question. I'm gonna be speaking freely and transparently. For me, marriage has always been like my objective, my goal, but not in a sense of because it's marriage, but I'm very spiritual when it comes to talking about marriage. Like I genuinely think like it is one of those things that really culminate the unity between two people. And that's just how I was raised. That's just how I've looked at marriage. But because I look at it in such a spiritual and a unique situation, sometimes it is harder, I think, nowadays to find someone who genuinely looks at marriage in that way because of their either past experiences or even their family dynamics. Because I used to date somebody that did not want to get married. Oh my gosh. Like, it was just like taboo. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And that was hard because I genuinely loved that person. And in that moment, I was genuinely like, I would try to leave my feelings alone when it comes to marriage. So that I can be with this person. I wanted to be respectful of their views. I wanted to not be selfish and just kind of like what y'all are saying, not force anybody into that mindset. But then I found myself losing a part of me and what I truly wanted. And like one of those things where it's not like marriage is not a standard for me. Like I feel like it has become of something a part of me. And I think that's really important for you to understand about yourself in order to determine whether you are able to wait or whether you are able to let it go or whatever the situation is. So I made it a point to be like in my current relationship, like that was like a first date type of conversation. Like it was no, what's your favorite color, where you like to go on the weekends, what you like to do for fun. It was like, hey, when I date, I'm looking for someone who has the same mindset of me when it comes to marriage. Because that is ultimately what I would like for this relationship to grow into. I'm not saying we got to do it tomorrow. I'm not putting a timeline on it, but I am in a position where I know what I want. And I know what feels good for me. And if you're not that, then what I will do is respect that and not waste your time and not try to force you to do something that I know I want to do and not going to be a part of that. So for me, it's been, very, very strong-willed, I would say. Would you let go of a good thing if the title of marriage? Well, see, I think that goes back to my point, Mike, of like, I would know before it would even be a consideration whether you are a good thing or not. Because like I said, this was a first conversation. And if it's no, then at that point, because I knew where I was in my life, I would not even entertain it. I would not get to a point where it would be hard for me to choose whether I wanted to let it go or for me or not, or whether for me to stay with that person. And that's what I meant when I said, like, I'm not going to waste your time. Because I know, and I tried it, and this is coming from experience, y'all. Like, I really genuinely tried to be with someone who didn't share the same values of marriage and didn't want to. And I was like, okay, because I love you so much, I'm going to give that thought a try. And y'all, I gave it a whole year, 365 days. And I said, ooh, because anytime we brought it up, like whether it was about anybody else, it didn't even have to be about us. It was just such a really tricky and hard conversation. And there's only so much I'm willing to lose of myself to be able to cater to somebody else's wants and needs. I didn't want to do that. And I felt like at that point, that was something for me that was so embedded that it's like, all right, I can do sacrifices. I have no problem with compromises. But this, I know what my heart of heart is truly wanting and desiring. I don't know if I'm able to do that. But because I was that upfront and honest, the person I'm with, we like this. Like when it like, my man. Oh, let's do colors. Let's do this color. Oh, we're gonna do it here. Let we do it. Like it's a refreshing environment to be in, to share with somebody who has that core value. And that's why I totally respect and value. Thank you. I totally respect and value, what Akila has and what Karina has, because I see the unity between you is like this. No matter what y'all call yourselves, no matter what the status of what you put on your taxes, that ain't none of my business. What I do see is that y'all are both in your unions. And if anything, that's what I want, right? Regardless of whether it's marriage, it's just that what I want is called marriage, but it doesn't have to be marriage. I just call it that because that's how I view the union that I'm gonna have with my spouse. And that's just how I look at it, because I think at whatever you have with the person you have it with, as long as that's your person, baby, who am I to stop you? I ain't gonna just, because like I said, baby, I'm still to this day, Mike is your husband, Karina. I'm not calling that man your boyfriend. The what? Boy, what?
Yeah, because we are a little too old for
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We too grown for that.
Yeah, but I did like something you said. You said you feel like you would lose yourself. And that's for me, that's what I initially thought, like, but I'm not gonna get this, and I've always wanted it. But again, once I sat down and thought about, okay, he checks all the boxes. What is the risk I am willing to take just to get that piece of paper? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Absolutely. It's not. So and again, that didn't happen like overnight. It was a definite, tug internally to get to where I am today, where it's like, you know what? I am good where we are right now. So I don't feel like I'm losing myself or anything. Like, I don't feel like I'm settling. Most people will be like, oh, you're settling.
Right.
Not when I know what I have.
And it's a damn good thing. Hello.
That part. And I respect, that's the thing. Like, it sounds like love to me. Like, you let go of your pride. It's, and I'm not trying to make it materialistic. It's like, oh, if I don't have a 3-carat ring, I'm not going to accept the proposal. But we don't know those conversations of Mike having, Karina, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I don't want to be anywhere else. Because essentially, from a newlywed, that's what you're getting up there and saying. Okay, all those thousands of dollars that I spent. Yes. All those FaceTimes with Robin that I was on there like,
what's going on? I said, do I need to come a week early? What's going on?
Because, girl, I'm about to have tears again from the stress. Hey, Karina, girl, save that stress, boo. Okay? Save it. Because we are one. Okay, and I get you, and your nerves do not deserve it.
At all.
I feel like that black comedian on TikTok with the dreads would be like, black parents, get out the room. You don't deserve it. Your nerves just don't. Okay. And so I just think, one, is so amazing. It's so amazing of you to do that. And Robin, you better ask me and Karina some questions, because I guarantee you I'll be texting Karina like, girl, sis, I don't know.
I don't know.
Scott hit me with this today. Has that ever came up with you and Mike? I don't give a dang about her last name being Mitchell. That's how we said, okay? I don't know. What you got? And she gonna have to walk me through that thing, because here's the thing, it's like, how did you love Mike with the blended family, which the game night? And we all know, Robin, you and Nico, we all know y'all won, girl, when you video FaceTime him for a game night.
Right.
Karina.
And he actively participated.
He was so excited.
It had the nerve to be like, what was the question, babe?
Right. One more time. Your finger was on the speaker. I said, I'm sorry.
And voted on the cards and voted on the game.
On the game night. So that's, and I think, and I pray for both of you all's unions and relationships, for the longevity, for the happiness. I still feel like we need to have a couples trip.
Yes.
Because, you know, Karina might be traveling. Right.
Look, they already told me a little something. I said, look, I'm ready when y'all are.
She didn't like, I'd be like, where y'all find that deal at?
You know?
Well, last year was a little slow. This year, we kicking it off. We got a cruise in June I'm so excited about.
You got a cruise?
Yes.
I know that's
We'll
right.
talk offline. I'm so excited.
2025, Karina, sign me up.
I got you.
But anyway, y'all. Yeah.
Oh, y'all invited to my graduation. That's 2025. So put your calendars, May 2025.
May? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have to remind me, Robin.
Yeah, I will. It just made me think about 2025. A lot of things are happening.
Really need to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras next year.
Oh, absolutely. We just put that on the list. I'll just send you a list, and then you can just kind of choose, which one you're able to, commit to and whatnot. But yeah.
All right, babe, you're going to have to push out some more of these shows. Your wife got some traveling to do, boo. Okay.
Say, get these shows going. We got things to do, places to see.
Karina, thank you. You did see how well you did tonight. Can we get some hearts in the chat?
What's the button?
Let's try this again. You know what? I'm on my computer. Maybe that's why it's not working.
Oh, yeah. That might be it.
Yeah, I don't have the updated iOS. Damn it.
Because Robin, you on your phone, aren't you?
I am not.
Wait, you're not, and it works?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I do have a Mac.
Me? Don't insult me. Me too.
Well, I just
she said
don't know what to do. I didn't want you to think that I was on my phone. So I was like, that's fine. I want to lie.
That you come back, we're gonna work on your hearts. I got a camera, so it's not gonna ever happen for me.
Yeah, it works on my phone, but I thought it was because it was a computer. But
Her face told me that she had to say.
I think you did a fantastic job today, Karina.
Thank you, Robin.
Yeah. So we
thank you, Kendra.
Be back. See, that's what I'm talking about. And you want to know what Scott's gonna give his critique / feedback? He's like, babe, that was a good show. That was a good show. That's what I'm about to hear when I go downstairs if he's not asleep.
He did.
Robin
He did stop replying a couple times.
He would be asleep by the time that we logged off. He would be down there on the couch, like, and I'm like, "Are you? How? Yeah, no, babe. The part I heard.
The part I heard
was
is
good.
the most essential thought.
I'm like, when
I
did you
know
drop
that's
off?
right.
When did you drop off, though, buddy?
Doesn't matter. He did hear the part.
Oh, there he is.
He heard that though. He heard that though.
Girl, yeah. So, with that, you'll definitely be coming back.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
We do not be on the.
Well,
I'm still currently in the show.
He said after the show because we be on the
Right.
stream closing out. Anyway, y'all have an amazing week. We are about to have a little powwow and thank our guests for joining us because we don't want to be rude. Now, Karina, the next time you come back, I'm not
a guest.
No.
I see. I said it with luck. See, again, back to that question: who would you want to deliver your bad news, Robin or me?
I didn't think it was bad news. I thought we all knew. I thought it was just news. You know what I'm saying? She's
But
one of us. What do you
everybody, y'all have an amazing week. We will see y'all soon. Happy Women's Month to all you beautiful queens. And we'll talk to y'all when we talk to you.
Good night.